One of the biggest issues that people have with the Nintendo Switch 2 is the lack of true physical video games. But I do believe things are getting a little bit better with that situation, and I'm going to be telling you exactly why in this guide to buying true physical games for the Nintendo Switch 2. So the reason why I do think the physical game situation on the Switch 2 is at least getting a little bit better is because we are starting to get true physical games of Japanese versions of the Nintendo Switch 2 games that do have English on them, like the first game that I want to talk about on today's video, Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. I heard this is a really good action RPG slash life kind of farming sim type of game. It reviewed well. It was talked about well by critics and fans alike. So I went ahead and pre-ordered it through Video Games Plus, who has it up on their website right now. And they're saying that this game does release on August 7th, but they may not ship it until the week of August 11th. This game also is available on Play Asia. And if you want to stay up to date on these Japanese import games that have English on them for the Nintendo Switch 2, I would highly recommend just checking the websites of Play Asia and Video Games Plus every now and then, maybe every week, every other week or so, to see when they have new games coming out on there. But another Japanese physical Nintendo Switch 2 game that we got recently that has English on it is Tomagotchi Plaza. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this game. I know it's kind of about raising like these little Tamagotchi pets or something. I know there's mini games in it. I don't know a whole lot about it other than the fact that there is a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, meaning that that cartridge has both the Nintendo Switch 1 and the Nintendo Switch 2 version on it. And I believe it's also the same thing with Fantasy Life, which I mentioned prior to this game. And of course, I'm sure that most people already know that Donkey Kong Bonanza is getting a true physical release for the Nintendo Switch 2 on July 17th. At the time of recording this video, it is the 16th. And reviews have already gone live for this game, and it is currently sitting at a 90 on Metacritic. So I imagine a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 owners are going to be excited to pick up this game when it releases. And we do have some more true physical games for the Nintendo Switch 2 available for pre-order right now that are all coming out soon. And the first one of those games comes out the soonest, and that is Super Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV. This is the one that you can play the mini games with the little camera. That looks pretty cool. And this one is coming out really soon on July 24th. The next true physical Nintendo Switch 2 game that I'll be mentioning in this video is Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, with a release date of August 27th. And if you're interested in pre-ordering any of these games, if they're on Amazon, I will have the link below in the description of this video. I do earn a commission as an affiliate from them, so I would appreciate it if you want to support the channel a little more. If not, just buy these games however you want. I don't care either way. I'm just trying to get this information to you. But Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar is a kind of farming slash life sim game. This is a remake of a Nintendo DS game that is looking to expand the game even further, make it a bigger and better game, add some new features, gameplay additions to it. It does look pretty cool. I've never really played this type of game, but with this one getting a true physical release, maybe I might be convinced to try it out. And on August 28th, we are getting the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Star Crossed World. Now this is going to have both the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 version on the cartridge available to play right away, no download required. So it's really cool to see that we are getting a true physical copy for that game. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a phenomenal 3D platformer, one of the best available in the Nintendo Switch library and now the Nintendo Switch 2 library. I highly recommend picking it up if you haven't already. And I can't believe that I almost forgot to mention that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom were 2 launch titles for the Nintendo Switch 2 that got true physical copies, Nintendo Switch 2 editions. So of course they both have the full Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 versions available on the cartridges ready to play with no download required. And of course, the Nintendo Switch 2 versions did double the frame rate to 60 frames per second. And of course, the resolution in handheld is 1080p and 4K when docked. And the next true Nintendo Switch 2 physical game that is currently available for pre-order is Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion. And this game has a release date of September 5th. And this game is a mech game where it will be a third-person shooter action type of game. It does look pretty cool. I heard the first game on the Nintendo Switch was really good. I have that game but have not played it, and that game ended up getting pretty rare and expensive for the Nintendo Switch, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the sequel that is coming out for the Nintendo Switch 2. But now, for this part of the video, I just want to talk about the true Nintendo Switch physical games that are currently available at retail that you can buy right now. And of course, the first one is Mario Kart World. I know there was a lot of controversy around this game being $80. Me personally, I wanted to get the physical because I didn't want the digital version taking up storage on my Switch 2 when I know most third-party games right now are going to require a download. And I actually traded quite a few games in for this and only paid like 15 bucks, so I didn't mind doing that. And the next true physical game available on the Switch 2 is Cyberpunk 2077. Of course, this is the big AAA port that is showing what the Nintendo Switch 2 is capable of. I still haven't gotten around to playing it because I have other single player games that I'm playing and need to finish up before I start this one, but I will be starting this one up within the next few months at least. And then the final one that I want to talk about is Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. I still have this one sealed, but this is a Nintendo Switch 2 edition game, meaning it has both the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 versions available right on the cartridge. This is another one of those games that is a action RPG slash farming slash life sim type of game. I've heard that this game is really good, really solid. This is one that I do want to play soon as well, but I just need to finish some of these single player games that I've currently been playing because I don't like to start a bunch of games without actually beating them. I like to beat the games that I play. But if you do want to stay up to date on new physical releases for the Nintendo Switch 2, like I said earlier in the video, I highly recommend checking out Video Game Plus, their website, and also Play Asia because they seem to be selling these import games that are coming out. And of course, new releases that are coming out in North America will probably be up for pre-order on their websites as well. But I really appreciate you watching. If you enjoy the content, please drop a like on this video. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And until the next time, I will catch you all later.